Hey everybody, welcome to more Political Excess. Hope everybody is enjoying the deep dives and all my other videos, but I had to make an extra one today because it seems like everybody's talking about a red wave happening. So let's look a little bit more into this. Dave Wasserman, he is cautioning the Democrats that they might be in for a real bad night. You can read all about that here. There's tons of other news articles about a red wave reemerging after it seemed to kind of fizzle out over the summer. And that was true. I think the abortion decision did boost the Democrats, but now that kind of waned a little bit. Inflation, crime, immigration, those are important issues. And we've seen it in some recent polls. I will do a recap video on the polls in a day or two. But let's see what we've got for a red wave. On 538, Republicans, they're at 80 out of 100 to win the House now. Democrats are at 20. Some people don't care for 538 too much. I do prefer real clear politics, but I'm going to take a look at multiple sources. As we can see, the Republicans have improved pretty much over the last week. How about in the Senate? Oh, now the Republicans have a 42% chance to win that Senate. Democrats are still at a 58% according to 538. Let's scroll down here and see how it's changed over the past week. And not that long ago, Democrats were at over 70%. Now they're down to 58. So the Senate is vital, and it's trending away from the Democrats right in the final couple of weeks. How about on Real Clear Politics? Well, their model shows the Republicans are going to be at 221 seats, 176 for the Democrats, 38 toss-ups. We can go down here. There's the map if you want to look at that. Here's all the ratings changes. And there's a bunch of them, and they are mostly shifting away from the Democrats. Some of them are still going to easily go for the Democrats, but they're not as safe as they were just a couple of weeks ago, some of these. And it shows the Republican pickup range is between 8 and 46 seats, with an average of 27 seats. Actually, probably isn't too far away from what I would expect at this point either. How about in the Senate here on Real Clear Politics? Well, the election were held today. They're showing Republicans having 53 seats, 47 for the Democrats. It's a 3-seat pickup for the Republicans. They would flip Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, as well as hold Pennsylvania. That is a big shock to see Republicans favored to win all 3 of those. 2 out of 3 of those would be a good night for them before, but now all 3, that's astronomical if they end up with 53 seats. And as you can see, Real Clear Politics actually shows what the results would be if they adjust for the polling errors previously. And the Georgia seat would go to a December runoff, but still picking up Arizona, that was not supposed to be one Republicans were going to win. And of course, this is no guarantee of anything. Republicans could end up losing all 3 of these seats still. The tide could change back toward the Democrats in the final few days or week. But as of right now, the wind is definitely blowing at the Republicans' backs. How about unpredicted? Now, this is where people are putting their money. So in some sense, it matters a little bit more because it's not just some random pollster. But this again backs up what Real Clear Politics shows. Republicans are narrowly favored in Arizona at 53 cents, as well as in Georgia. Pennsylvania now, they're actually at 57 cents. Other states like New Hampshire, they're at 71 cents for the Democrats, so that one still looks like it's not going to flip, but that's not as high as it once used to be. Now, other states that have been supposed to be getting closer, like Washington, that's still at 87 cents. I still don't see that getting close enough to flip at all, but you never know. Other states that were supposed to be in play when Democrats had their momentum a couple of months ago, such as North Carolina, maybe even Ohio, those are way out of reach here on predicted. Those are over 80 cents for the Republicans. And the thing we could do is actually click on an individual race and look at this Arizona race. Look how that has changed over the past 90 days. It has narrowed all the way up to pretty much a dead heat. Masters is ahead by 1 cent. Now let's go back and do the same thing. Let's see, Georgia, how did that change over the last 3 months? That's been back and forth. The Democrats were ahead. Then Herschel Walker took the lead. And then after the scandal, Democrats shot back up, and now it's come crashing all the way back down. How about Pennsylvania? That was a race that John Fetterman was leading for so long, and you could see that all throughout the last 3 months. It's just slowly ticked down. Now Dr. Oz is ahead. He's not really leading in the polls yet. I think people are seeing the writing on the wall that Fetterman is probably not going to pull it out. And they're just waiting for polls to come out next week that show Dr. Oz with the lead. And how about this market? Control of the Senate. Well, if you go back to 3 months ago, you could see Republicans were ahead, where they were looking like they were going to have a big red wave. Then it fizzled out, and Democrats, they had all that momentum right into July and August. And now over the last week, the Republicans have completely surged up to 65 cents. That is a remarkable shift in such a short time. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, and that is anything can happen. Sometimes there is a late surge. It's happened. And if you're a Democrat right now, this is happening at the absolute worst time. Gas prices, inflation, all those issues, they're not helping the party in power whatsoever. And I think Democrats are probably overplaying their hand on abortion. I think they're going so hard on that issue because that is one that does favor them. But that only can go so far. There's too many other issues, and they're just not in favor of the party in power, which is the Democrats. Republicans are surging here. As of now, this looks like a red wave again. Before, it looked like Republicans might have a hard time even picking up 10 seats in the House. But now that's going to be really easy at this point. If the election were held today, they would probably easily be over 20 seats at this point. Again, this is just a snapshot in time. Early voting has begun in many states. The Democrats should not count themselves out. The Republicans should not get complacent. We don't know what the turnout is going to be. We don't know how far off the polls will be. We don't know if there's going to be a last-minute scandal. That could always happen, and that could change things in a split second. So I just wanted to cover this really quickly, put a little perspective on this. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this is a red wave, and is it going to stick? Or are the Democrats going to have a last-minute comeback at the end? And how deep is this going to go? Are Republicans actually going to get 53 seats in the Senate? Let me know down below, and if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.